Hi everyone, Madonna here. Tonight I wanted to do a balance on the brow chakra, the third eye. It's the seat of our intuition, our vision, our intent, our truth. And the things that make it not work as well is everything going on in the world at the moment. It's confusion, it's fragmentation of our belief system, it's denial. It's when you don't know what to believe because there's so much information coming in from so many different directions. So it's our brow chakra that is trying to take in all of this information. Energetically, what's in behind there, this is our frontal cortex in our brain area. And what it's doing, there's these nerves that go towards the anterior commissure all day, every day. And what they're trying to do is problem solve. When we go into survival, when we think our life is threatened, when we think our livelihoods are threatened, when we're worried about money and our jobs and our family and our health and our parents and our children and our grandparents, how can we think clearly? This is a real challenge, and I have no doubt that many people on the planet are struggling with this at the moment. Probably like me, I'm trying to listen to scientists and doctors from around the world trying to work out where the current thinking is with the coronavirus issues, because there's new information coming out every day. What we thought we knew a week or a fortnight or a month ago doesn't seem to be the best way to attack things now. So from that medical perspective, doctors and scientists, they're going through this all day, every day. How are they making those decisions and making sure things are right for that next client who walks through the door? I think they're all amazing in the way that they're working in this crisis. It's just phenomenal to me. Nonetheless, for you and me, the brow chakra, when it closes down, it's hard to think clearly. It's when our brain feels like it's going at 1,000,000 miles an hour and we're not sorting anything out. That's when we're not able to take in any information and trust our intuition and sort of think, okay, that doesn't fit, or that doesn't fit, or how does that feel in the whole lineup of the truth for the last 4 months on the planet. So the color of the brow chakra is indigo, so it's a deep purple, and that's what I want you to have in mind. So anything that's sort of amethyst color, any deep, nice dark purple, sort of, there's lots of purple in this room, none of it behind me. So I want you to sort of keep an eye on purple throughout this meditation, because we just want to open up to gratitude, open up to intent, open up to thinking clearly in this time. So I want you to close your eyes and take a nice deep breath. And breathe. And one more. Okay, so I want you to visualize a purple ball of energy around your frontal cortex and imagine it overtaking your whole brain. It's a nice dark purple energy. Just in behind here, we've got our pineal gland, which makes our melatonin, serotonin. We've got our pituitary gland, which works with the hypothalamus and adrenal axis. We've got glands that work with the rest of the body, every endocrine organ in your body. So imagine those organs just in behind our cranials. Imagine them being bathed with that purple glow. Our energy needs to come out in a spiral and in the other direction. Now for a moment, I just want you to think about something that's been confusing you in the media at the moment, something that's confusing you in your life. Just think about how it feels in your heart, how it feels in your chest, whether or not it's creating anxiety and depression. And I want you to connect that to your frontal cortex, to your brow chakra. And imagine the energy connecting them. And allow your breath to get deeper. And allow some clarity with your thoughts. Clarity comes from trust. Clarity comes from believing your intent with your space on the planet. Why am I here? Why do I deserve to be here? I am grateful to be here. Once again, imagine that purple energy going all around your brain, the front and rear of your brain, front and rear of that brow energy. If you're feeling lightheaded, that can happen when you're increasing energy. Just connect that heart energy to your brow energy. I release all confusion from my brow energy. My brow energy no longer feels fragmented. I release all denial from my brow energy. I trust the truth. I feel the truth. I trust my intuition. I feel my intuition. I trust my vision. I feel my vision. Central meridian, just run that from your pubic bone to your chin. Remember these ones, your emotional stress release points. Can you feel it pulse either on the left or the right side of the forehead? Just let me feel for a moment. My left one is actually pulsing at twice the pace of the one on the right. So just gently hold them until they feel like they're running evenly, which is balancing your gestalt and your logical sides of the brain. That means the connections are even from the left to the right sides of the brain. There's such a huge connection between the way the brow chakra works and the connections between your logical and creative sides of the brain. The brow chakra is deeply connected with our entire nervous system. So when we're feeling nervous, when we're feeling anxious, when we're feeling stressed, it tends to shut down the brow chakra and activate our survival patterns. So anytime we hold our hand on our forehead and our hand on the rear of the skull, and once again just holding for 20, 30, 40 seconds, we're connecting problem solving, helping to get that up and running, and starting to calm down our survival patterns, which can shut down that connection with our frontal cortex and thereby keep us in that panic, keep us in that obsession, that creation of stress in our life. So anytime you're feeling stressed, hand on your forehead increases blood supply to the frontal cortex and therefore to your brow chakra. Anytime you've got something coming up from your past that simply isn't disappearing, your brow chakra will be involved. You can do a meditation for just a couple of minutes thinking about what happened, how it feels in your heart, whether that connection is still a 10 out of 10, creating massive amounts of stress, or 0 out of 10, indicating not a lot of emotional connection to it. So it's either suppressed or it might be cleared. But if it keeps coming up in your brain over and over again, it's a bit of a sign that there's something about it that your brain hasn't resolved. So hand on the forehead will simply bring the blood supply to your frontal cortex, thereby helping you problem solve. So by having your hand here anytime you're sorting out stuff from the past, you'll get release, you'll get a new way of looking at it when you do this. If you just keep on looking at it in that way of, what could I have done to change this? Sometimes we were 3 years old, 5 years old, 8 years old with a situation that was traumatic. You were a child. You were not at fault. Something else was going on in your world. You were the minor. So many things we hold on to from our childhood where we feel guilty or angry or resentful. We were children. As adults, quite often we're reacting in a way that's because something happened to us as a child, and we've learnt that survival is the only way, anger is the only way, stress is the only way, fear is the only way, and that can manifest into behaviour as an adult. That may not be the best thing to do in that moment or time if we had a perfect slate, which of course we don't have. We all have stuff from our past that allows us to manifest stress in this day and age. So when we come around to finding something from our past that is still a trauma, we can do a release. What is it about that particular thing that makes you still feel stressed? Is it because you're feeling angry? Is it because you're feeling fearful? Have a look at it. What could you have changed? What would you have changed? If you took yourself back at your age now and go back to yourself at that age, what do you know now that you didn't know then? We can't know everything all the time. We're all doing the best we can at that moment in our lives when we do it. Whatever's going on, that's my belief. So your brow chakra, it's about frontal cortex thinking. It's about problem solving. It's about intent. It's about truth. It's about your intention for life. It's just your vision for life. I was about to say, do you have your goals for 2020 written down? I'm sure they've all changed a little bit. But what we need to be thinking with our frontal cortex is, am I living my truth? Am I living my goals? Am I looking at myself in a way that is truthful and honest for what I'm going through right now? Am I willing to make changes? Or am I holding myself back by making excuses to moving forwards? So the color of the brow chakra is indigo. Whenever you're doing the emotional stress release points, you can visualize that indigo color encompassing around your brain and allowing it all to just flow with love and life and beauty and that ability to look forward. The organs that are connected with the brow chakra are the lower brain, the left eye, the nasal passages. So it's also affected by the amygdala and the things we breathe in. So when we are breathing in essential oils, for example, some of them take us back to a time in our life when we smelt thyme or lavender or rosemary. They might remind us of our auntie or our father or our grandmother for different reasons. Smell is incredibly powerful, and it's one of the reasons why essential oils are so beneficial for when we like the essential oils, while they're so beneficial for us. So, brow chakra. Indigo. What's your truth? What's your vision for 2020? Let's not let the year disappear on us. Take care. Have a good night.